Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today is May 13th, 2019. When I woke up this morning, I read that sadly Doris Day had passed away. Doris Day was an American icon, and she had a hit with a song called Que Sera, Sera back in the 50s. It became an American standard. And if you stick with me for the next few minutes, I'll tell you why that is significant in my life. Okay, so the year was 1977, and Robbie and I had been on the road for a few years now, playing all the hot spots in northern Ontario, like Thunder Bay and Sudbury, Ontario. Out west, we traveled to places, I don't know, all the way to BC and back. And in the meantime, we had recorded a couple of singles, but we hadn't gotten any success, no airplay, and we were starting to get a little bit discouraged. And life on the road was difficult, to say the least. So we had a meeting with our record producer, Harry Hind, the president of A&M Records, Cherrill Rae, and an arranger from Toronto named Eric Robinson. He was also a piano player extraordinaire, and I remember going to his house, and he was a clock maker. He was into clocks. He had clocks everywhere in the house, and he loved the workings of clocks, so I remember that. Anyway, so we all got together for this meeting, and at the meeting, Eric Robinson had suggested that Robbie and I do the song Que Sera, Sera with a nice updated arrangement. Que Sera, Sera? At first I thought, nah. And then he played a version of it that had been recorded by a band called the High Keys back in the 50s, and or the 60s, and it sounded very interesting. It had kind of a Latin flavor to it. So Eric Robinson started on it with his magic and came up with an arrangement that had kind of a Latin, not really a disco beat, but for some reason they labeled it as a Latin disco, and I think it was the very beginning of kind of the disco scene at the time, and so it catapulted us into that. It was the beginning of everything, actually. It was the beginning of our television show. It was the beginning of a string of hits in Canada and then the US. So about a week and a half later, we were in the studio recording it. We put some killer vocals on there and a nice, like I said, Latin beat. And then within about a week and a half after it was released, it went right to #1 and stayed at #1 for 10 consecutive weeks in Canada, playing from coast to coast. So that was amazing for us. Very, very exciting. It's just an exciting thing to be in your car flipping through the channels and hearing it being played, hearing your song and your voice coming through on several different stations simultaneously. When we were in the house and we had the radio on and it would start playing, Robbie would run to all the different rooms in the house and put all the radios on the same channel so that we could hear it all at once. No such thing in those days as YouTube or you know, these little handheld devices that you hear songs on. We had to wait and listen to it on the radio or play it on a record player. Actually, here is a copy of the 45 from them. Can you see it? Robbie and I as babies there, which we were in our 20s. And I don't know why he doesn't have a shirt on. I can't remember what the reason for that was. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this. I'm playing a clip from a television show, our television show. I've been getting a lot of requests, actually, to please put some things on of Robbie and I singing something live on our television show. So this will kill two birds with one stone. You get to hear Que Sera, Sera, and you get to see us doing something live. Actually, we were talking to a couple of the guys from a group called Stonebolt, Canadian group, who had appeared on our television show that day. And it was right after their performance that we did Que Sera, Sera. So that's where this clip begins. I hope you enjoy it. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I want to just give a shout out to Kathy Jarvis, who sent me a request today about doing Que Sera Sera, saying, she had seen that Doris Day had sadly passed away, and it brought back all the memories of this song and memories of our youth from 1977, 1978. Here you go. Enjoy. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Tell you, in our first hit record it was Que Sera Sera. Robbie drove me crazy. Like, he had every radio in the house on, and on a different station. Each one was on a different station. And every time the song would come on, Robbie would go running into the living room and turn them all on, right, to the same station. And we'd have mass stereo coming out from the TV.
When I was just a little boy, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? This is what she said.